everyone, welcome back to A-Level Lessons Online. We're going to be covering our new paper today, our H2 Math, paper 1 of your 2016 A-Level H2 Math syllabus. Alright, so we've already gone through the entire of your 2017 H2 Math paper 1 and paper 2. So if you have not already seen those, make sure you go and check out those questions because I think they are more recent, definitely. But we're going to be looking at 2016 because I feel as though this is a paper that it's moderately challenging, but at the same time, the questions are very good for practice, I feel. Right, so we're definitely going to be looking more at these questions specifically. So we'll start off today with question 1 on inequalities, right? So the question goes, express 4x squared plus 4x minus 14 over x minus 4 minus x plus 3 as a single simplified fraction. And after that, there's like a second part to it, which is without the calculator, solve the inequality of when it's less than x plus 3. So the first part is very simple, right? 4x squared plus 4x minus 14 over x minus 4 minus x plus 3. Right, so for this part, it's very simple. You just need to basically make a common denominator. So this is really your basic math, right? So you would have 4x squared plus 4x minus 14 minus your x plus 3, and then you just want to multiply it by the denominator, x minus 4, so that you can combine it into a single fraction over x minus 4. So from this, when you expand it, what you will get is 4x squared plus 4x minus 14 minus x squared, so do your rainbow method, minus x minus 12, and the whole thing will still be over x minus 4. So after this, all you need to do is just open up the brackets, which makes it very simple. It's just going to be 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 over x minus 4. Alright, and it's just this simple, right? You just need to simplify it and make it a single fraction. So it's a very simple answer. You just need to combine it, make common denominator, and your answer is there. Alright, the next part is asking you to solve an inequality whereby 4x squared plus 4x minus 14 over x minus 4 is less than x plus 3. Alright, this part is also likewise as simple. It's a very simple inequality you need to do. So first thing we need to know is that you have to find out what value has to be included and what is not. So definitely when you've got an inequality of such, you know that very simply your x cannot be equals to 4. If not, your denominator is 0, you won't get an answer. So you just need to write that so that you know later on when you're doing your sign test or your graphical method, you know to omit the value of 4. So if not, all you need to do for this one is just bring your x plus 3 over. You get 4x squared plus 4x minus 14 over x minus 4 minus your x plus 3. So just bring the whole thing over, becomes less than 0. Alright, so once you've gotten this part, you just need to use your first part that you've already done in your, which is why it's the first part, right? When you simplify it into a single fraction, because you realize that this entire part over here is basically what you simplified in the first part. So you can just very simply copy it, what the answer you got, 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 over x minus 4 is less than 0. So from here, all you need to do is just press into your calculator the top part, your quadratic equation, so that you can get your two factors, which is going to be 3x, 3 looks a bit flat, 3x minus 1 times x plus 2 over the whole thing of x minus 4, you'll find that this answer is very simply going to be less than 0. Alright, so once you've gotten this part of it being less than 0, you need to just very simply do your sign test. So for those of you guys who are still unsure on what sign test is, you just need to draw a very straight line and mark out all the critical values. So over here, I've got a few critical values. Firstly would be when my 3x minus 1 equals to 0, when I've got x plus 2, and lastly when x minus 4. So anything that comes attached with the x, those are going to be my critical values. So I will have, actually it's just 2, right? Because there's only 3 values. So I have minus 2, I would have 1/3, and I will have 4. Right, so minus 2 is because of your x plus 2. So your x plus 2, basically what happens is you just need to equate this to become 0. You get a critical value of minus 2. Likewise, your 3x minus 1, you would just get x equals to 1/3, and x minus 4 is just x equals to 4. So these are my critical values. So now all you need to do is just press into the calculator using a value that is greater, let's say from here. If we're doing we always do from the right side to the left, right? So we first try a value, okay? Anything that's small, this is basically a number line. So anything, let's say it's over here, is going to be, let's say 5. Okay, but usually we don't write it because we only want to write our critical values. But this is for illustration purposes. Okay, you can key in a value that's going to be 5. You realize that the whole fraction, right, your 3x minus 1, x plus 2 over x minus 4, you will get a value that is going to be a positive. So over here we have a positive, right? If you key anything that's between 4 and 1/3, let's say you key in 1. So 3 minus 1 is going to be 2. 1 plus 2 is going to be 3. So that's why that will give you the top part, which is going to be 2 times 3, which is 6. But the bottom part is going to be 1 minus 4, which is negative 3. So overall, the whole thing works out to be negative 2. Hence, it's going to be a negative. Now you try a value that's between minus 2 and 1/3. Let's say you try 0. So 3 times 0 minus 1 is going to be negative 1. 0 plus 2 is going to be 2, so you have minus 2 on top. But at the bottom, you have got 0 minus 4, which is minus 4. So you've got minus 2 on top, minus 4 below, you will get half as your value. Hence, this is going to be a positive. And lastly, for anything that is less than minus 2, for instance, minus 3, if you key it inside, you realize that you will get a negative answer as well. So this is what a sign test is. So since the question is asking you for all the values that are basically going to be less than 0, you just need to find all the parts of this number line that has got values that are less than 0, meaning to say that they have to be negative values. So for us to have negative values, we only have a few parts, which is that anything that's going to be less than minus 2 and anything that is going to be between 1/3 and 4. So which is why your answer is going to be x is less than minus 2, or the value between 1/3 less than x less than 4. Okay, so anything that is more than 1/3 but less than 4, anything in between will also be less than 0. Likewise, if your value is less than, if your x value is less than minus 2, the overall fraction, the overall inequality over here is going to be less than 0 as well. So that is how you find your answers, your inequality answers. Every time you come across an inequality question, they are always going to be looking at an answer that is an inequality. So x is more than something, less than or equals to something, or in between something and something. Alright, so that's how you do this question. It's a very, very simple question. I don't think you would have any qualms or any struggles with this question. But if you do have anything, you can always leave in the comment section below. I will answer them. Or if not, do be sure to give this video a like as well as to subscribe if it did help you in solving any part of this question. If not, that is all I have. I'll see you guys in question 2, the next part. We're going to be looking at a bit of trigo and a bit of plotting and some dydx stuff and more. Alright, so if not, that is actually all I have. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.